Great.
Well, howdy, Rick.
Hey, Jamie.
Whoa, Rick just got here, and I just plugged in, and we just hit go. So we haven't said hello for shit yet.
Not yet.
So hello, man.
Hey,
What's
Jamie.
been happening? Last I saw you were in here recording,
Yep.
and then I seen you on Facebook putting it out.
That's exactly right. Put it out on Facebook and Instagram directly. But the distributor has put the EP. The EP is called Right Here. Put the EP out on too many streaming services for me to count.
Yeah.
You know, all the big ones. Spotify, Amazon, Pandora.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Apple Music even.
Apple Music, YouTube Music,
Yeah.
Tidal.
Well, I've only set up to play YouTube right now.
That's
so
all right.
We'll go there.
All right.
Let's hit one. Let's see. Oh, it says we got all four of the new ones here.
Mm-hmm.
Play all. Well, I guess we'll just do that.
All right.
You went and said it all out loud. You went and said it all.
I never told you I played this one other time on this show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Never should have said a word, said a word, said a word. But you went and said it all.
Everybody knows somebody.
You opened up your lips. You should have kept
You're,
yourself.
yeah, that's what I think I was saying to the other guy, that your vocals and your lyrics are always really visual, and you don't really come out and spill the story, but you just let it be, use your imagination kind of thing.
Exactly.
I felt that in all the songs, and I definitely have a girl in mind that opened up her lips when she shouldn't have.
There you go. And this song is just about being lied about, you know. There's one example that I had in mind from many, many years ago where my band at the time, I invited a coworker to go out, you know, see the show. We had a great time, and the next day we showed back up at work, and she was talking all smack about me, making up stuff.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. But that's just one, you know.
She got the inside scoop, hanging out with you,
Yeah,
and then blows it.
exactly. Many decades ago. But,
Well, you still remember that shit.
yeah, right? And
I remember all kinds of shit, and all kinds of mean people.
Yeah.
So it's funny now, though. It's funny when after, you know, that's,
Well put.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tragedy plus time is comedy.
Comedy, that's right. And we all have stories about being lied about.
Oh, God. I had this girl that broke up with me in high school. And, God, I was out on a walk today and got some nature and got very windblown. We'll just keep going.
Sounds good.
It didn't skip.
So this track is called The Edge.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's why I'm like, okay. Well, son of a bitch. Oh.
Go Alyssa on those
Well.
drums.
Blow that up so people can see it. All right. Oh, I was just going to say, the comedy and tragedy and relationships reminded me of a girl breaking up with me in high school who needed a ride to her new boyfriend's house. So she calls me and says, hey, can you take me over here to this other town that we used to go party at? And it was over in Iowa. I was from Illinois. We went over the river, and I had a fake ID and was able to buy alcohol there. You only had to be 19 to drink. I was probably only 17 though, but anyway, she goes, well, let's go get me some wine coolers. And then she goes, I left my purse at this house over here the other day. Can you take me over there? So I take her over there. She goes in the house, goes out the back door with the guy, and that was it. With her, she wanted to get she needed a ride and wine coolers, and that was her. Man, she had a good date because of me.
Oh, wow. Man. So speaking of relationships, so this song I wrote because for me, it never fails that whenever I'm in a new relationship, a couple months or so into it, there's going to be a time where I'm kind of thinking that I've accidentally blown the whole thing. And I'm just going through this time of real self-doubt and sometimes tears or panic. So,
It's always one way or the other. I was always too much self-doubt, or I don't care enough to notice how stupid I am. Damn, this fucking chorus is on the edge. Jesus Christ, it has been in my head a lot ever since I first heard it in here and working on it. I mean, it's not like they played it multiple times. You guys probably played this twice and it was the take, but it's so catchy, that chorus. Been in my head, yeah.
glad you like it.
A few lines you've got here and there. What's that photo from?
So, I was raised in New England, and once a year I go back east to see family. And I take the red eye because it's a cheaper flight.
Nice.
And so I usually doze a little bit. And I woke up and I looked out the window of the plane, and that red band is the sun just starting to crest over the horizon. And it's the sunlight beginning to push out the darkness. And so I just had to take a picture.
Yeah, it's bitchin'. Great colors.
Yeah, I like it.
Even the little blue shiny thing that you're like, that must be like you or something in the plane or whatever, but it's just a good color and it looks good. The mystery is there, so whatever.
Exactly. And then when I tell people about the story behind it, they like it. You know, it's basically symbolic of, or it's an actual photo of light pushing out the darkness. So, insert your own story here.
Oh, I forgot to turn the heater off. I always do that, and we hear it humming. And it's pretty warm in here.
And this track is Starlight, Part 1. Part 2 to be coming sometime in the
Nice.
future.
I saw you got a gig. Whoops, I just kicked that.
Yeah.
It's not till like June or something, the one I saw.
Yeah, so that's right. So that's June. We do have one in the works for May.
Cool.
So that will be announced as soon as that's finished. And waiting to hear on a couple of other things as well. So definitely going to be a lot of opportunities to come out and see Love Sweet Love.
Nice. Cool. It's an easygoing, good throw in the background and make out album.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we're not gonna make out.
What's between us? What's just us? Starlight. What's the answer to the
Doug on guitar.
many
Doug brought in a PV5150, and we couldn't get it clean enough, so we plugged into my 73 Twin, and that's what that is. And I'm very happy about that.
Yeah,
It sounded great.
Got a really good sound.
I almost wish we turned it up a little bit more as I'm listening. We did this in a weekend, though. I mean, it was. There ain't nothing to bitch about. It's good. He doesn't look like he sounds, right? Leave something in the comments if you want.
And I'm loving the bass line that Sam's laying down here.
Oh, it's good. Your Love Sweet Love shirt looks like home sweet home.
There you go, right?
Well, hell, I only do this on TV. If you need a slug just for the fun of it, go right ahead. It's fun.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
well, we can't just listen to you all night. What old bands, early bands, early influences and all that is what I want to get about. I want to find out a little bit about what made all these songs influence.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Glad to share. My big influences are the post-punk movement that came out of late 70s, early 80s, that eventually became, but basically people call it alternative.
Yeah.
And then into grunge.
Yeah.
You don't hear a lot of grunge on my songs now. But basically those two rock revolutions are the ones that influenced me the most.
You can see that.
Alyssa hitting those. Nice.
Just a touch of chorus on the top of the bass.
What's it gonna take to stop the crime? Is it gonna take for me to drive?
Dramatic pause.
Mm-hmm.
Another crazy day. It's all the same. It's just another way
When I was putting this song together for the first time, I was just thinking a big old John Bonham
Yeah.
drum pattern,
Big and slow and
Can you see it?
Yep.
yeah.
Can you feel
With
it?
this song and Said It All, I worked with a man named Robbie Schechter, who owns a musical school in South Broadway in Inglewood. I was a student at his school for a while, and go by occasionally. He helped arrange this song and Said It All with me.
Cool.
Yeah.
But it's another tale. Another time.
I find collaborating on music to be very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Really fun.
I mean, this conversation comes up a lot, though. There is usually one guy. You're the guy in this band.
Right. I bring the ideas.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from anybody's talent.
Right.
When my soul is tired.
The way I explain it is that I bring the song ideas to the band. So I'll flesh out a demo with a basic bass, drum, and guitar part, and then we'll work from there.
And Doug and his 20 fucking different pedals and all that stuff is going to add some kind of magic that you never even thought of.
Absolutely. That's absolutely correct. And with Heartbreak Road and Said It All, Robbie Schechter did something very similar. When I brought the song ideas to him, and he basically added like the guitar solo and the pauses and added parts, and it was really a great addition. And then brought that to the band, and we fleshed it out even more. So, just such a fun process writing songs.
Yeah. And I know you've got an ass load more in the bag. You got a whole set worth for live and more.
That's right. And we've got four new songs that we were just starting to work on.
Do you guys play any covers?
Yeah, we do.
What do you play?
So we actually play a variety. I'm just trying to think here because I haven't seen the set list in a while.
Yeah.
So it varies from classic rock to alternative. So for instance, we do a Beatles song. We do All My Lovin'.
Oh, cool.
We do Monkey's song. We do Echo and the Bunnymen.
Ooh. Let's do that.
Lips Like Sugar is the cover that we do.
Awesome. I have a good Echo and the Bunnyman story.
Oh, please. One of my favorite bands.
I just happened to go down to Austin with my friends, the Bronze. They were a cool, heavy band that from local that I recorded. Just good friends, still friends with those guys. They had 3 gigs down there, and we happened to be staying in the same hotel as Echo and the Bunnymen.
No kidding.
And I was out by the pool sneaking a toke, and two of the main dudes came out. Oh my God, I can't. We need weed bad.
Ian and Will, yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't. They're like, we got to be sneaky as fuck because, well, for one, it was illegal in Texas, but they're like, we'll get kicked out. We'll lose our, we got a tour coming up, whatever. We got to be in the state, able to stay in the States.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So they were scared shitless, but I did smoke some pot with them outside around the corner at the hotel.
Very nice. That's a great story.
Because I had it. I brought mushrooms that trip too. Oh my God. We went and all took them. And we went and saw a band called, God damn it. This is so good. It's messing me up. That's all right. The music kind of went upside down. Twisted and got upside down and weird that night. We had a great time though.
She knows what you know. I know what she's thinking. Sugar kissing. Sugar kissing. Just when you think she's yours, she's flown to other shores to laugh at how you break and melt into this lake.
Good old Pete DeFreitas passed away and killed on a motorcycle accident. The original drummer for Echo. Right.
The guitar is just so sparse but cool.
Exactly.
Oh man, I can't wait to see you guys play this.
It's really fun. And it's fun to pick a cover that you love so much and nobody else does.
Huh. But then every time they hear it, they're like, oh yeah, I remember
Exactly. After every show we play, someone comes up to us and says, wow, Lips Like Sugar.
Somebody actually, I can't remember who it was I was trying to explain what you sounded like, and I said, well, they could be on the Valley Girl soundtrack.
There you go, right?
Yeah. Even though I'm not exactly sure what's on that. I think that's another thing.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. There's that great Plimsolls song on there, I think. Or wait a minute. Shit. Long day, I can't think. I don't remember ever seeing the video with the planets and...
The video changes so drastically. It starts off with that classic black and white look, and then it switches to this abstract sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I believe that the director of the video also worked with U2.
Actually, I have seen, at least I do remember seeing pieces of this because it's iconic, just the way he looks.
Right.
But yeah, the earlier stuff, I don't remember it going to outer space. Yeah, that black and white. Yeah, that's right. Kind of looks metropolitan or whatever. What's that old?
Right, and then Ian disappears into the fog or down the street.
Cool.
I love that. So here's another good one.
All right.
The Cure, Boys Don't Cry.
Excellent. You know, I think we might have done this one the other day, and that's all right. Or no, it was a different one. Cool.
And this is fun because now this is actually a re-recording
Oh.
that they reissued. So The Head on the Door comes out, which was sort of like the Cure's breakthrough international album. Okay, and it has a song on it called In Between Days. You might remember it. Yesterday I got so old, And then they had a really big hit with the next album called Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss
Yeah,
Me.
okay.
So they went back and they re-recorded this, which was their first single, or one of their first singles. And if you look carefully, so you've got 3 child actors playing the original lineup, because originally The Cure was a trio. And yet, if you look at the shadows, the shadows are them
Yeah,
in there.
it's the real dudes, yeah.
It's really fun. And of course, The Cure just released a new album for the first time in, I think, 16 years. Yeah.
I need to sit down and listen to that. I only listened to the first song when they released it, and then I kind of spaced it. I might have to bring this song up as an example of when songs need the cymbals turned way low.
Oh, yeah. I get that. I get that.
Because some songs are all cymbals, and it's annoying.
Sure.
But I've noticed a few hits that were pretty tame. Oh, shit. Could you grab my water?
Yeah.
Okay. Whip my whistle.
No worries. So speaking of cymbals, do you remember The Alarm?
Yeah, I can't remember which song.
Okay. So The Alarm's biggest album was an album called Strength. And one of the fun things about Strength is there's barely a cymbal crash on it.
Should we play a song from it?
Yeah.
A certain one, or?
Yeah. I think try that one, Strength. So I think that's the title track. Yeah.
Oh, official video. We'll see
Yep.
if it gets kicked off or not. You never know. Okay.
So The Alarm were in the same. I think The Alarm are from Wales.
Didn't realize this was who this was.
Yep. And they were the same crop of post-punk as U2. Mike Peters, singer of The Alarm.
Cool old Vox teardrop guitar.
Right?
Lead harmonic. Yeah, these guys should have been way bigger. I forgot.
They totally should have. I saw them on this tour,
Nice.
actually. And they were playing places like, I think they were playing about 6,000 seat. And they actually opened up for U2, but it wasn't, I don't think it was the Joshua Tree tour. I think it was the tour right before then, maybe the tour they did for the October album. But this is a fantastic album. But again, when you listen to it, the funny thing is there's barely a cymbal crash on it.
Yeah.
Like, notice he went to the
Right.
he went to the
Just
toms
boom,
and snare,
boom.
right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's it.
right.
Kick ass. It's all about the hook. It's not about your fucking fills.
That's right. Of that driving, like,
Yeah, great driving bass.
This is just such a well-directed video. I love the way the colors switch back and forth to black and white, and the lighting.
Yeah.
Whew, love that song.
Cool.
So let's do something a little bit more electronic now. What about Joy Division? Love Will Tear Us Apart.
Certainly.
So, the fun thing about all of these songs is that when they came out, these are songs that now people look back at and say, "Wow, these are just so classic." But at the same time, it's like they were just competing with everything that was popular at the time, and it's almost like this. I don't want to say a subculture, but almost like something that was just waiting to burst out. Man, love that song.
Like that rhythm at the end.
Yeah, definitely. So here might be a good follow-up to this.
All right.
So, over to America, REM's first single, Radio Free Europe.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget, this is the song that grabbed all of us where I lived. And pretty much we just became REM fans at that point. And this is one of those songs that when they do it live, it drives a lot faster. And there's actually a clip of them on Letterman.
Oh, cool.
And it's like, bam, 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 and you're just like, wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think Driver 8 would have been my first song I heard from REM that I really liked. And
Oh, yeah. That's actually one of my favorites, Driver 8. Love that song. So there's a funny little Denver story about Mike Mills, the bass player, and Peter Buck, the guitarist. They did this side project where they were just going around and playing little offbeat places where you wouldn't expect them. And they weren't REM, they were doing just other songs.
cool.
And I remember about 10 or so years ago, it was Coors Field, shortly after they opened that third deck with all the bars and things. They had live music there for a while.
Wow.
And I can't remember if it was the sports writer or in the Denver Post or if it was somebody else. But he said, so I went to this Rockies game, and for reasons I can't remember, Jamie, the game was canceled. But there was a couple of musicians there. And so he went up, and it was Peter Buck and Mike Mills playing Coors Field, nobody around. And so this guy got to have basically an intimate little concert with two of the guys from REM.
How cool.
Yeah, it's a fun story. I have to go back and try to look that up and see if I can find it online.
Yeah. Sweet, you're going all new wave and no grunge though.
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, so I was in the record business for a little while.
Uh-huh.
I worked for a now defunct chain of record stores called Strawberries in New England, and I worked at the distribution center, and so really got to see a lot of music, come and get started. And eventually, I left the music business, but then one day, I hear this song, "Smells Like Teen Spirit,"
Oh fuck.
right?
Yeah.
And it just blows the door open
Sure did.
on the grunge scene.
I loved it too. Yeah.
And my friends who were still in the record business were telling me this funny story, how they were going back and relabeling all these other bands that had been out as heavy metal, now as grunge.
Yeah. It happened so fast.
Exactly.
I was working at a record store at that point when it came out too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if we ought to play Smells Like Teen Spirit, but we could play a different Nirvana or some other grunge band.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
Did you have something in mind?
No, please go ahead.
I was all of a sudden thinking Mudhoney.
All right. That works.
Oops. I'm missing letters. I've also got dyslexia, so I always want to push. Look at other letters.
Mm-hmm.
The next one. Fuzz pedal just giving out. So distorted. I wonder what that huge show was.
No kidding, right?
I mean, that was pretty early on for them.
It certainly was.
And it's not like they ever got very big, but I know they played some big shows,
Sure.
festivals. That's awesome. They still play when they want to, a couple weeks a year.
Nice.
They'll usually go overseas and do better.
So, and I think most people are aware of, basically Pearl Jam coming from Mother Love Bone.
Uh-huh. Love,
Yeah.
Mother Love Bone. Should we play one of them?
Yeah, do it.
Well, let's go mellow. Let's
All
Chloe
right.
Dancer, Crown of Thorns. We'll just go see what this one's all about. It's got some video.
I want the world to know that Mother Love Bone is coming to take over the world.
The Love Rock awaits you. They were just about ready to make it.
I know.
I liked this album. I thought it was well recorded. The drummer was killer. I don't know what happened to the drummer. He didn't get to go on to Pearl Jam.
always thought with Mother Love Bone, I just hear a little bit of Guns N' Roses in there.
Yeah. I'm sure Duff was friends with him. Wasn't he up there hanging out with all them guys?
Not sure. I don't think I've heard that story.
I was kind of thinking he came from that area. He was already friends with Chris Cornell before either of them made it big.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot that.
All those guys are friends and doing drugs together, get to go make it big together. Alice in Chains and and of course there's a million things he said in his lyrics like that, you know, talking about his future heroin death. I don't remember where I got it, but I had some videotapes of them early on VHS, you know, back about the time Pearl Jam came out. The bootleg concerts of Mother Love Bone I used to watch all the time.
Wow.
Oh man, did you ever hear that band? Stone Gossard, I think, is the one from Pearl Jam that played called Brad.
No.
Ooh, yeah, cool. We'll have to look something up.
All right, that works.
Yeah, this song should have been pretty big. I don't know. Seeing those big old glasses, thinking about like around 91, 90, so whatever. Man, everybody used to wear the goofiest things,
Oh,
including
yeah.
myself, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was
Fucking
fun.
practically wearing pajamas all the time or something. Had these big dumb fuzzy shorts that probably could get away with it because Flea did, you know.
Right, right, right. And it also depends where you were playing music. Like, so at the time, I was playing music in southeastern New England, and the scene just did not look like that.
Oh,
But at the same time,
imagine, yeah, it's
at the same
so
time,
far away from this.
yeah, right. At the same time, like, You know, so if you do like the band that did make it big in that time was Extreme,
Oh, that's from okay.
and so right, Extreme, their breakthrough record was late '80s.
Yeah. I saw them early on when Pornograffiti first came out.
Yeah.
They played the Gothic, but they threw them together. Alice in Chains opened up on the Facelift tour, and Extreme at the Gothic. It was just a weird throw them together thing. There probably wasn't 400 people there. There was plenty of room to walk right up, and I was actually working at the record store at the time and got a pass to that one and got to stick around and get autographs and all that afterwards.
Nice.
I wish I still had that autograph posters and shit. It got, who knows, tore up along the way.
Right, lost to history.
Yeah.
Yep. The guys in Extreme also worked in...
Did you get to see Extreme though, real quick?
No, actually, I've never seen them live. They did work in the same place that I worked in. They worked at the distribution center for Strawberries Records, but
Cool.
I was there just after they were. So,
They had a lot of energy. That singer had some little like hidden trampolines.
Gary Sharon.
He would jump
Yep.
on a trampoline.
Yep, Gary Sharon.
Well, that band Brad, it's just, I haven't thought about them, so I don't know what song to play, but
Okay.
I saw them once, back in those days when I was into all the Seattle stuff. They came around, and they were actually going to be called Shame, and somebody else had that already copyright or whatever. So they had to call it, see, they already had the album printed too. I want to start here.
Okay.
It's a great song.
Oh yeah, look at that. Shame.
And so they called the band Brad instead, which was going to be the name of the band, or the name of the album. So spooky old Halloween costumes.
Yeah, right. Sometimes you just don't know what's going to make a good album cover. There was a series on Netflix I didn't catch. It's called Squaring the Circle, about album covers. and folks.
Oh, I did see that. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot what it was called. Yes, I just saw it. I watched it twice. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Okay, I got to check that out.
I can't remember who's in this band. Shit, it might be Andy Wood's brother on bass or something. All those Seattle bands had, connections. But,
Sure.
But I was thinking it was Stone Gossard on guitar. I might be wrong on that too. Shit. I'm thinking of something else. Those times were crazy. But this whole album is like this, good, easygoing, mellow. They got another album called Interiors that's a little different, great in other ways. And they do a bunch of tracks where they call it like Mr. Pink, Mr. White, and they seen Reservoir Dogs.
Right, obviously,
So
yeah.
they went ape shit on that. They actually used some clips from Reservoir Dogs.
Fun.
This is way more mellow than most of the grunge shit. They have. Singer's name might be Regan Hagar. It's just coming to me, but I don't even know. I might be completely wrong.
Okay. Good effect on that guitar.
Yeah. They fade up the reverb in that time there. Wow. Forward thrown back in the wheel. Just, effortless. That's a good thing I think about your vocals. You do a lot of things that are make them sound effortless, and that's always a good thing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Maybe I'll be hard.
Love how live the drums sound.
Yeah, this is a good track.
Ain't a region of water.
Some organ just barely going enough to fill in some space.
Before we get back in the wheel. Before we get back in the wheel.
You just hear this. They got a little bit of that Leslie speaker.
Before we get back in the wheel. Before we get back in the wheel.
So while we're talking about Seattle and grunge, what do you
Yeah.
think about Hole, Courtney Love?
Some pretty good songs. I could make fun of her for many things and call her a bitch for a lot of reasons, but I could also say got plenty of good songs, and some of them are super well produced. And
Yeah, I think musically, I'm pretty sure she's like the lone female voice to come out of the grunge movement. Am I right about that?
God, I guess so. I mean, you kind of almost got a little, Veruca Salt and
right.
and the things like that, but they might not have been from Seattle. I don't know, but they kind of got, and then there was a lot of Liz Phair might have got a little more popular and things because of, I don't know. There was a lot of Tori Amos was popular at that time, and Fiona Apple,
Well, true, but I wouldn't look at them as
but not a grunge at all.
Yeah,
No.
right,
But
right.
thinking about just women at the time. Shit. Well, anyway, what should we play next?
Well, why don't we jump back in time again? Because we played that Love Will Tear Us Apart, and the thing is that out of the ashes of Joy Division rose New Order, and
you just can't get enough of that. No, it's sufficient. What should we go for?
go for Bizarre Love Triangle.
Straight on top. We don't need nothing to look at.
Nope. And one of the fun things about this song and New Order,
Turn it down just a smidge.
Sure.
Go ahead.
you had the rise of in a way that we had never heard before.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, you had the rise of synthesizers.
The drum machine in the sense, yeah.
Right. And this was a fun contrast to what Duran Duran was doing. Right? Because this is a little bit more serious, a little bit more dark.
Yeah.
But yet still that, right? When you compare it to, let's say, Duran Duran with Rio.
Yeah. I'd say I like Duran Duran more because it's guitar.
Oh, there you go. I get it. I get it.
I've never owned a New Order album or anything, but I like this stuff, and I sure get that when it was new, it's like holy fuck.
Exactly right.
A drum machine and shit, and and at the same time, the rockers, being a rocker, there's a lot of things I probably said at the time about it that I didn't like about it.
Sure.
There ain't nobody playing drums. God damn it, ain't no band. They made this from the ground up.
Well, sure, except for they did have a live drummer.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. I saw them live. There was
yeah, I'm sure they did live too.
There was this fun tour back again. It was, you ready for this? So I can't remember what year this is. Might have been 87. It was, the opening band was the Sugar Cubes,
Oh, nice.
right?
Oh, that was a good album. I
Yeah.
remember one or two of their albums
Yeah.
hearing on the record store quite a bit.
And then there was, believe it or not, the second band. You'd think this would be the headliner, but it was the second band was Johnny Lydon's unit, Public Image Limited.
Wow.
And then New Order was the headliner.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Public Image Limited. I had one of their albums. Steve Vai actually played guitar on it.
Yes. Yes. So, and now the Sex Pistols are back together without him.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
And he's out there saying, yeah, they're not going to karaokeing without me.
Yeah. Funny stories, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I was just watching him like a couple days ago doing some interview with just some guy he was sitting in his house, and the other guy's in his house, and they're just doing it, you know. That's just the way it is these days.
Right.
They go all out with the ahs and the twinkles.
Yep.
You know, it was quite crafted, even though it was, you know, it's repetitive, but it's crafted in so many ways. There's a lot of changes.
Sure.
It is.
And New Order kind of fits into the same vein as like Depeche Mode. Although Depeche Mode's a little darker.
Yeah.
But that heavy synth, heavy drums.
Yeah. There's like 2 Depeche Mode tribute bands in town now, I think. Have you seen either of those?
No, but I've seen them advertised.
Yeah. I can't remember which one's which. One of them doesn't have keyboards, but has 2 guitars.
All fun.
And they're, I know one of the guitar players, and he's cool and all, but I was hoping to like it more because I like guitar.
Sure.
But it was missing a few things. There's a few of those things it has to have. They went over great, though. It was a fucking sold-out show at the Oriental. It was great.
Nice.
It was
Wow.
great. Saw a band last weekend, Van Zeppelin.
All right. I've heard of them.
I'd heard of them for over a year, and I'm like, I ain't gonna see that. Nobody's fucking good enough to call themselves Van Zeppelin, the cocky bastards.
And what'd you think?
I loved it.
Nice.
Loved it. Fucking
Nice.
good. They were great. They were everything. They understood it.
Very nice.
They were, yeah, they knew what made it good, and they exaggerated it. They were great.
Very nice.
Yep. They didn't fuck around. So, yeah. Oh, did you have something else in mind right away? Or
Well, let's see.
I thought of something crazy out of the blue again.
You okay?
Something I haven't probably thought of in years.
All right.
And we'll see if you know this song. You might. It's just kind of one of those early new wave songs. Okay, this is it. Well, I guess that's it. We'll go there.
Please greet
Oh, well.
the king.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get this pulled.
Okay.
No, maybe not. And I was thinking these guys were East Coast, so maybe you knew who they were.
Well, they could be. I just
Yeah,
maybe might not
right.
have heard of them.
And this was probably like 70s.
Okay.
Just, you know, obviously just a good bar band. This is my favorite part of the song, just that's such a weird phrase. And then it comes, it switches to this, and if you remember the song, then you'll remember this part. Well, and then it switches, oh, you'll hear it.
Sure.
I ran across some YouTube video where they broke down this song, and he's like, "Me and Zero," that was him, and they had a Mercedes, a big old one that they drove to the shows and picked up girls, and they took advantage of it being a Mercedes, but it was a real beat up piece of shit or something. in their early days, and
Well, back in the day, if you got on Dick Clark, that was a big deal.
It's 2 songs. It switches up here completely.
Right. And I'm looking at those guitar cabs. American Bandstand.
And now all of a sudden, it's the other song switching to Glide. For some reason, I just picked up the record when I was a little kid. It was at a yard sale, so I had this, and yeah.
Nice.
Don't remember anything else they did. Yeah, I wonder how high this got on the charts. It wasn't that big, but it
Sure.
maybe top 50.
Well, you know, I'd take that.
Yeah.
Not only that, I mean, a lot of folks, you know, they have a whole career off of one song.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You know, there's a joke about, oh, they're a one-hit wonder. Well, I'm a no-hit wonder.
Exactly.
So I'll take one.
I'll take
If
one.
I'm touring like in my 70s off of one song that gave people joy for decades, I'd love that opportunity. So, hey, I'm thinking about, some Cheap Trick.
Oops.
I'm thinking about some more guitarists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about Johnny Marr, the Smiths.
Oh, cool. Which track?
Well, so personally, I really my favorite Smith song is called Panic.
Whoa, this is just coming up automatically. Hang on.
All right.
The Smiths released.
Well, I better put it in there. Who knows where it's going to be.
Yeah, no worries. I'm good. And listen to Marr, just like how smooth.
All right, what's next on Sit Around and Listen to Music with Jamie?
All right. Well, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the Pixies, Monkey's Gone to Heaven.
Awesome.
Love Frank Black's guitaring in this song.
I can't remember remember the song at this moment, but I bet I'm gonna like it because I used to love the Pixies. It's a good space.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I think what makes a song strong
Yeah,
is sometimes when there's nothing.
the space. It is. It always is. Yeah. Okay, I know this one. Saw a Marshall JCM 800 there.
Awesome.
There's somebody who doesn't look like a rock star.
The ground's not cold, everything is gonna burn. I'll take turns, I'll get mine too.
Quiet loud. Love mellow songs with heavy guitar.
Yeah, the way he makes it moan,
Yeah.
it just fills that space so well.
Oh, should we play a whole song? We were talking about whole earlier.
Oh,
Or that got
yeah.
us off track. We were just talking about other.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
She had that. What's her name? That Melissa with the weird French name, Ofdemar or whatever, on bass for a while, and she got her own record deal and did one album. God,
Yeah, that's right.
if I remember right, she did Black Sabbath's "Hand of Doom."
Wow, nice.
Ooh. Let me look that up.
All right.
I'm just guessing. I can't remember what her name is. There it is. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay. From Hole, we skipped Hole. We can always go back.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a long one. Okay. It's live in Los Angeles, Black Sabbath tribute. But that's her there, looking all cool.
It's almost like a throwback to Patti Smith with the wings.
Don't know who's in the band, but man. Forgot about this. I hadn't heard it since it was new.
What you gonna do?
Oh, you can sing better than that. Come on.
Time's caught up with you. Now you wait your turn. You know there's no return. Take your rest and
I think I've heard a studio version. I don't like these vocals.
I was actually gonna comment on it. I wonder if they were trying to recreate like that sort of 70s live sound, that thin.
You push that needle in. From the light you escape. Yeah, leave that way.
Yeah, I'm just a little screechy. And I love Black Sabbath. And I love her. But for now, on to the whole.
All right.
What you got?
How about doll parts?
All right. Is that one? It's a good defining. Of course, everything reminds you of the time, and of course, I remember the time this came out. I was going out with a scraggly little girl. Probably really looked up to her. You know, she really did influence people wearing little dresses that were not just sloppy and old and thrift store. The production on some of her stuff is better than most any of that Seattle stuff. And I've heard that Billy Corgan helped her write a lot of these lyrics.
So my understanding is that he helped with the album after Kurt died. That's
Yeah,
what I've heard.
And then, of course, there's been people say, well, he took a bunch of Kurt's lyrics anyway, and, you know, too.
I haven't heard that.
You know, she has been around. There is a lot of weird conspiracy with her. You know, of course, other than the fact that she might have killed Kurt. She told stories about being like 14 and going backstage and fucking Ted Nugent or something, or sucking his dick or something. And she's like, she was trying to say it in a way like he's a horrible person, but you know, I went and did it. You know, it was one of those stories. So it was. So I don't know. And I've heard so many stories. She might be in on like Illuminati shit. You know, early on. Her parents. I can't remember. I'll have to look more. She's got connections, odd ones. You know how she turned out to be just the crazy drug addict girl, but she influences so many things.
I hadn't heard any of those stories. I do love her vocals though so much. They stand out. You know, I mean, you know, women are not the majority of singers in rock and roll.
Right, no.
And so it would be easy to lump all women singers together, which I don't do. But there's something about Courtney's vocals that just reach a part of my brain.
She's got the grit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got real grit and feeling, and she's been through it.
And like Joan Jett is very similar to me.
Yeah.
Like when I hear Joan Jett, it's like it hits that same part of my brain. It's like, yeah, I like that little growl, that like. And I'm sure that as we're sitting here, we're not thinking of other women that, you know, have qualities
Good
that are
growl
similar.
and-
Yeah, that good like presence and that.
Heart would have been one of the early
Oh yeah, definitely.
amazing rock ones. Of course, Janis Joplin before that influenced
sure.
Heart, I'm sure,
Yeah.
but I loved.
So you got time for a couple more?
Sure, I got all the time in the world.
All right.
Because a couple songs probably get cut, but
Sure.
what other songs are we gonna get to know each other with?
Well, so this is a song where I never listened to it all the way through, but I fucking love the song. It's Pearl Jam "Corduroy," and it's the silliest arrangement.
Quarter, how do you spell corduroy?
C. Pearl Jam corduroy. I think it's C-O-U-R.
The internet takes care of me. It's all right.
There we go.
The universe took care of that.
There we go. So the funny thing about this song, and I would love to have been a fly on the wall when they decided on the arrangement for this song, because the song goes really for about 2 minutes, and then there's 2 minutes of outro. So I've done this song in karaoke, and I always tell the KJ, okay, when I stop singing, you can cut this song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
Waiting drove me mad. You're finally here and I'm a mess. I take your interest back.
I really just like the first album a lot. I didn't like these. It's interesting how dry the vocals got. The guitar too came in by itself, and then the vocals very dry. I don't know. And then I keep thinking about how I always felt like Pearl Jam was always trying to top themselves and be more arty or something, and they just got worse. Worse and worse with every album, I think.
Interesting.
What's that song they got? It says something about holding the candle and till it burns up my arm. That one I just remember. I think it's on the Binaural album. I think that was like the last song I liked from Pearl Jam. I remember. Really don't remember any more than loving the sound. I had a really nice stereo system, and it was one of my. I had those Magnapan flat speakers, tall flat, and they made an amazing sound stage, and that song was good.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's been so many years since I've listened to them, and so many years of making fun of them. Mostly Eddie, that I forgot. That this is pretty good. I loved them for a couple of years. I mean, I loved Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
I saw them a million times. And
Nice.
saw them when they played they first came around. They played the Glenn Miller Ballroom at a little college in Boulder. It was amazing, really.
Nice. So, thinking about bass a little bit. Muse.
Muse.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you think of any of the songs yet? Or should we just search, see what comes up?
Hysteria. This bass line, it's a dream.
All right, we'll just go right there. Ooh, I pretty much got to pee, but I can wait.
All right.
We could take a break and walk right back and pee. I can wait.
Oh, yeah.
And I call them Diet Radiohead,
Oh, sure. I'll tell you. I don't know, but it sure sounds great, and every bass player
does.
I know has done it live, so. Nice. So, yeah, so how about, one of my two biggest influences, U2.
Yep. Did you get to see him?
Yeah, I've seen them 3 times, actually. And I know folks that were at the Red Rock show.
Oh, nice. I know.
And the funny thing is, so here I was growing up in New England, right? And of course I'd heard, like New Year's Day or, that Sunday Bloody Sunday, but I was
Yeah,
like, whatever.
the big
you know.
ones. There was
Yeah.
already some early videos. And
Yeah, but I was like, okay, whatever. But it was live at Red Rocks. Yeah. That's the album that grabbed me. And I said, this band is going to be the biggest band in the world. And sure as heck, they sure were.
Still are, of course. But yeah, I saw them on that Pop Mart tour or whatever. That was a little weird.
Yeah.
It was a stadium.
Yep.
It was my first stadium show. I remember it was like, because it's Colorado, it was like in the 60s or 70s in the day, and I went in shorts. And it got down to in the 40s or 30s or something, ridiculous by the time the concert was over. So it made it hard to enjoy while I'm standing there going, oh, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yep.
So you want to play an REM song? A U2 song?
Yeah. Let's do a U2 song.
Oops. You got one in mind?
So, there's just so many.
There's a lot of albums, yeah.
Yeah. But one of the ones that really grabs me is Vertigo.
There it comes right up. Should we go live or anything, or just go
Nope.
with it? Yeah.
Studio's fine. God, the edge.
Cool. I don't think I've ever seen this video.
Yeah, lots of fun effects.
Yeah. This was on a big, what? It was a commercial. Was it a telephone or something? Hello, hello. That part sure sounds familiar.
Was it an Apple?
They did. We're the Apple people, yeah.
Yeah, this was before the
They
phone.
put that whole album out. When you bought a computer, you instantly, or you got it free. You got the album, wanted or a phone, you got it, wanted or not. It was,
Right. That was before that, though. I think they did a tie-in with what was the Apple?
was an iPad? iPod.
iPod. I think it was a tie-in with iPod.
Those early iPods are worth a bundle now.
Are they really?
Yeah. Well, hopefully some people in Indonesia are watching and hear some Love Sweet Love and like it.
Well, I hope so too.
I was just gonna sit around and smoke pot and watch videos and music anyway, so that's what.
All right.
So I try to do this twice a week.
Good.
I haven't had a girl on here yet. That's what I need on the couch is a girl.
There you go.
You know how I like those things.
Right.
If you go back and look, though, I've been very judgmental. I watched a video yesterday where, like, a girl comes up with really short hair, and it reminded me of a girl I messed around with that had really short hair. So, of course, I was like, oh, gross. Instead of just not saying it, I had to be kind of an asshole.
Oh, man. God, I just love it when someone can take a good love song and just make it powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Love songs. A lot of good love songs.
Oh, yeah. So let's see, one more.
Or two.
Okay.
I'd play one at the very end though, if you it'll be something completely out of the blue, different. I
right.
only thought of it because you talked about giving space.
Okay.
And I bring this song up with a lot of rock bands.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to go ahead and do it now?
Sure, yeah.
All right. When we're in the studio and bands want to overplay sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Is it Miss M-R-M-I? Well, anyway, the thing about Nazareth, Miss Misery from the 1975 Hair of the Dog album
Okay.
is they keep it real stupid simple. We'll watch them live do it, this is actually, they're just pantomiming the album on some TV show.
Oh, was it like Top of the Pops or something?
Something like that. This is Austrian.
Oh.
It's 1975. But the guitar is just basic. And space. Not no.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
No, it's fucking space. The same way AC/DC gives you space.
Yeah, space, yeah.
They dumb it down. And this is one of my favorite vocal performances of all fucking time.
Cool.
When you listen to it, and Axl Rose has said it before, this is one of his biggest influences, this guy's vocals.
Nice.
And you can hear it. And there's a slide part that he pretends
Die
to
Gruppe
play.
Nazareth ist zurzeit auf Tournee in Österreich und ich freue mich, dass Sie Zeit gehabt haben, auch zu uns ins Studio zu kommen und ich darf Sie euch allen und Ihnen zu Hause
There's
jetzt
red, white, and blue
präsentieren.
drums.
Nazareth
I'm sure
yeah.
that was
hat man
inspired
richtigerweise
from
gesagt, Nazareth.
Buck Owens' red, white, and blue guitar.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Wow.
So yeah, there would be no Axl Rose if it wasn't for this guy.
No, that's right.
What was your first concert?
My first concert was a Christian band called Striper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To hell with the devil!
Yeah, that's right. That was my first one. And the second one was actually Robert Plant solo.
God.
I saw Robert Plant solo on 3 different tours.
Oh, that must have been great.
I was a huge fan of his whole solo
And
stuff.
who was his guitar player back then? He had somebody from one of those new wave bands.
Well, yeah. So for the first few albums, it was a man by the name of Robbie Blunt.
Yeah.
And then Robert Plant. I think after I think it was his 3rd solo album that didn't do so well, and then he decided to completely remake his band, and then that I believe 4th solo album was the big one with Tall Cool One, where he sampled Page, and it was a huge turnaround for him. And then basically his solo career. I mean, not that he didn't do well. He did well with his solo career. Like he had his second album was, I believe, it's called The Principal of Moments.
Yeah.
And he had like Big Log.
Big Log was
and also In the Mood. Those were the 2 big.
I'm in the mood.
Right.
Yeah.
Those were the 2 hits. And then the 3rd one didn't do so well. And then when he remade the band, although I think he had the Honey Drippers in between the second.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing on the tour for the second album, there was a Honey Dripper set where he brought on a big band, and that was a lot of fun. But then it was the album with Tall Cool One that really gave his solo career a real boost, and his solo career has been incredible ever since. I mean, he's a Grammy winner.
Yeah. And then the Alison Krauss
stuff,
recently.
Yeah.
Still great.
So I'm looking through my list here, and God, again, there's so much I could choose, but
something interesting,
well. All right, so if we're going to talk interesting...
I'm happy you hadn't heard Miss Misery, so maybe you can come up with something.
That was great. Well, I won't be as creative as you, that's
but at
for
least
sure.
now you know, and the audience, if they know where Axl Rose got it.
Absolutely. Well, so ending the night on Lust for Life by Iggy Pop,
awesome.
I think would be great.
Awesome.
I think every once in a while we need a little Iggy Pop in our lives.
Now, Rose Tattoo, of course, is part of the reason Rose Tattoo is Guns N' Roses. So Rose Tattoo and Nazareth, those 2 bands were, and they ended up playing a Rose Tattoo song. They played Nice Boys Don't Play Rock and Roll.
Oh, nice.
So, Maybe we should listen to The Passenger after this for the fuck of it.
Sounds good. That sounds great.
He was already old and we were making fun of him then. He's way older now.
And it's great that he's still rocking.
And he still doesn't wear a shirt. He doesn't care how cold it is. Ain't never tried heroin. Get out the peanut butter.
Good old Ewan McGregor.
There were so many good art house movies back then. I guess maybe it was my age, but I just don't go to the movies like that anymore. But I remember seeing that in the theater, and it played at one of the art house theaters. You know, it wasn't like the Sheratis.
Yeah, cinema's changed, and I don't know whether it's for the better or for the worse. I got to be honest with you. Like, the art house cinema in Capitol Hill closed in Denver. But I've lived in Denver for over 2 decades, and I went there maybe 3 times.
Right.
But then again, I have a new family and all the
exactly.
young
We're old
kids
now.
And
They still had midnight movies and shit.
yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. Doesn't mean there won't be good movies.
Nope.
Just probably not going to see it at a mom and pop. But yeah, I love this movie. I had the unfortunate experience, though, where seeing this and just being in love with it and telling my best friend and his then pregnant wife to go see it. And they did, and she was so angry at me.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so I can see a lot of certain people wouldn't like it.
Yeah, well, plus there was the death of the baby.
Respectable people. Yeah, oh, that back, yeah.
And there's the scene where he goes into the toilet,
Yeah.
and she got physically ill from both of those things.
That was
She's
pretty gross.
So angry at
That was
me.
pretty gross.
I, not being someone who had had a baby, wouldn't have thought about that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disturbing.
But this is one of those songs where it's like, I need a little boost today. Oh yeah, Iggy Pop. Here we go.
I wonder if he wrote this, or who helped him, or what happened.
All right.
We'll do one more.
Yep.
Just to smooth on out. I gotta get into character and mix a band I recorded called Dead Air on Sunday. We did a song, and I'm just gonna do my best at guessing what they're gonna like, and they're gonna send me some fixins,
Okay.
So that's my evening until midnight.
Sounds like a good time.
I like how he is so,
Mm-hmm.
Man, I want to go on a vacation, and it's getting to be close to spring.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday is the time change. That changes the whole world.
Oh, is it really already? Wow.
That means we can do happy hours late, easy.
Yeah.
Patios more.
Yeah.
The kick drum is really low, for today's standards and all.
It is.
but it sounds killer. It's just big and round and natural. You know, no hole in the head. It's
And this is one of the songs, like when someone says tambourine,
yeah,
I think of.
yeah,
This and Love Me Do from the Beatles.
yeah. It carries it. Yeah. I wonder how they got that cool sound and distortion.
Good question.
Cool plate reverb or something. They didn't use much, you know. They didn't really have much. They just did with what they had.
Right. I wonder if that doubled with an acoustic.
Sounds like there's 2 guitars, or maybe 3. Yeah, there's a really cool petititone beat going on that you're not hearing very much because the kick ain't loud. But then again, you know, that's what makes a song so cool, because it's got a sound. It's definitely got a sound.
It does.
I don't know where he was at this point, if he was in one of those weird studios in Germany and just did this in a day, or somewhere here in a big American Hollywood studio. I have no idea.
Right.
I know he went to Germany for a while and did weird things.
Did not know that.
Besides heroin.
All right, Jamie. Well, this has been a blast.
Super bitchin'.
Yeah, definitely,
thanks,
man.
Rick.
You bet.
All right. Well,
So,
I hope you guys out there fly into Denver and see Love, Sweet Love. Look them up on Facebook. I'll stick a link on there and links to these songs. All right.
all right, Jamie. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Night, night.